Sup, friends? It's Necro Nicki. I miss you all so much. Check out my snake tattoo on my neck if you haven't already. It's a rattlesnake. When I got it, I told the artist I wanted a snake on my neck and I wanted it to be shocking. And this is what he channeled. What was cool is after the fact, I realized, oh, it looks like the snake's about to bite its own tail, like the Ouroboros, which was wicked because at that time I was getting more into the realization of the cycle of immortality, and with that, birth is death, death is birth. Tapping into the reptilian brain also is key to ascending out of the black cube. Speaking of holy death, here is Santísima Muerte. I ended up dedicating my main altar to her, and she's the home girl. When I started working with Satan, actually, it took me a while to work with Satan, to be honest. I had my own reasons, and don't worry, it relates to her. Upon getting some information that Satan was such a higher up king in the demon world, I decided, okay, I'm gonna try this out. So when I felt his energy, truly, it had me in a state of worship, which is very rare for me because I'm about honor and respect and offerings and whatnot, but getting on my knees to worship, yeah. But with him, I did. And so I started working with him and noticing that it seemed like, yeah, he would help me out with certain situations, but even just saying his name triggered other demons that I've already worked with or ones in the area to just do whatever I need to do. Now, I was doing a meditation and giving Satan an offering of my energy. Now, while I did that one day, Santísima Muerte vividly appeared and came and took the offering right as I was about to give it to him. I was like, oh, okay. So she chose me even before that situation and has been protecting me. Having her statue at my place just totally changed the vibe. It just felt more comforting at my home. I always feel protective. I mean, I have so many guardians and whatnot, and cleansing and things to protect me, but it just felt like an extra level of, oh, okay, she's got me. And so I also wanted to talk about lapis lazuli. I'm wearing lapis lazuli plugs. It's one of my favorite stones. I love the midnight blue color. Reminds me of like going to Joshua Tree and after the sun is setting, the sky's turning into darkness. It's just that really beautiful, bright, dark blue. And the pyrite in it looks like stars and galaxies. Lapis lazuli relates to immortality, connecting with celestial beings. It's also great for learning telepathy, and it has a very strong vibration to it. The ancient Egyptians really loved it. Here's another one that I have. It's great for authoritative power, so for leadership. I think that's why I really love this stone. I'm about that life. I like this pointed tower because it's great for channeling information down. This one has a lot of gold in it. So if you want stronger communication skills, whether in this dimension or multi-dimensional skills, this is your stone. It truly is amazing. Santa Muerte has been very supportive of my spellcasting and tarot readings, not only for myself but for others. And I'm going to do a reading of my own, a 3-card reading for myself, and I'd love to share it with you all. So it's going to be about a recent experience and connection, and I'm going to gather some information for I usually do 3-card readings. So for recent past, I have the 6 of Cups. I see this as a card of balance. Also, I love the number 6. 666. It's just, it is worldly, but it's also dark, pleasureful, powerful, enlightening. If you notice, the plants in each of the skulls are going through different phases. So like they're starting to sprout up, and then they're growing more, and then some flowers are blossoming, and then the flowers are, it's going through its cycle, its season, like the Ouroboros. And, I see this recent connection as an infinite one. It's more than just this mundane time. It's more of, it's destined into the infinity. Also, I see the shadow side of this card, that there's going to be some hard lessons, but hard lessons make you stronger, right? I don't see too much shadow with this. I see more of a similar connection with darkness as well. And so for the now part of the card is the Emperor. The Emperor is my card. It's actually really is my tarot card. The number 4, that's my number. I'm the king. So now the Emperor deals with wisdom and ruling, authoritative power, but good leadership. I see this as a very strong beneficial card in this moment. It's mutually on both ways of this connection. So I'm the Emperor, and this other person's the Emperor as well. They have great communication. They know when to, use their power, and are open to new ideas, philosophical ideas. Shadow side of it is, when you're a king and you're powerful, you might have something whispering in your ear, like, do this with your power. Get more power. It doesn't have to be like that. Just because every tarot card has a shadow side doesn't mean it's going to happen. It's just like, be cautious about that. Don't get manipulative. Don't get controlling. Be a good leader. So that's what I see. I love this. I love this in this moment, in our moment. because it's become more reflective on this. And for me, in my biased perspective, since this is my card and my reading, it's in the now. I am being the Emperor, and I'm really reflecting on myself. So, for recent future, we have the Devil card, which is one of my favorite cards. This is a new deck I got. I really love it. I love how it's black and gold. Those are two of my favorite spiritual colors. This is a unique Devil card. It has two skeletons connected, holding hands. They're wearing their robes. It seems as though the robes are almost fading into the void and the stars. We got the snake around the neck. So it deals with lots of lust, pleasureful energy, wisdom, getting one's way, being enlightened through darkness. Now, the shadow side of this card could be getting too far into lust. I don't really see that's a bad thing, but okay. But you know, getting a little obsessed with it, falling back too much into darkness and the void. So it can be a negative thing if you're, the way I can describe it is if you're almost too spiritual, which I kind of am, but I don't really see that as bad, but a little too spiritual than you need to be. Like, you have mundane tasks that you need to, like, I have stuff I need to do every month, whether I want to or not, you know? I could be in my little spiritual world, but I have responsibilities, so it's not getting too spiritual, but I see this as a very good card, and not getting wrapped up in addictions. Also, just the wisdom of the serpent around both necks shows a mutual dark force. Okay. With all three together, I see this connection in the now as something that is beneficial and destined, whether it's friends or whatever. And it's balance, it's growing, it's lessons. You know, everything's not gonna go perfectly. It's how you react. And then growing through wisdom and power. But taking those lessons and using that power with the right force and becoming an even stronger force together and with the reptilian nature. I do reading, so if you ever want a 3-card reading from me, you can always send me a direct message on Instagram. Also, if you follow me on Instagram, I like posting stories on there, so if I don't have time to post a video on here for a while, you can at least be somewhat updated on what's going on. And be sure to check out my witchy shop. I usually have crystals and art and whatnot in there. Later, darlings.